are so excited again to be with you. Listen. Do you hear that? Well, that's all you get right now. So we're going to put that on pause because the song that you are going to hear in a minute is coming from this beautiful vessel that God has prepared for us for this 2022. Long time coming, ma'am.
Yes.
Listen. This is the singer, songstress, psalmist, Ciarra Jackson.
Yes, Jackson.
Just Jackson, okay?
Just Jackson. Okay.
Come on, Mike. She's coming for you. Well, all right. Well, anyway, she is in the kingdom on that magnitude of impact. And I'm looking forward to just you learning more about my sister. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. We are here in one of your areas of influence, which is at the
Boys and Girls Club,
where you are the
director.
She is the director. Yes. And tell me how that came about.
Oh, well, we would blame everything on the Lord. So, but I started out coming here for a summer job, and the Lord just had me to stay and elevated me very quickly. And I've always had a passion for kids, and here I am. It was not in my plans, so, but obedience to the Lord and a word from the Lord from several people. And here I am. So.
Here we are again. Like, she wrapped that up real fast.
Yes, it was really quick.
See, those are words that really came from the Lord. Because there's those other ones. That ain't come from Jesus. Yes. You be still waiting. You be in the grave because that wasn't him. It's sad. Yes. And then when it doesn't kind of pass, and time frames, and people say you have to keep looking at them with the love of Christ. Just know that was probably false prophecy. And how we get off into that? Anyway, well, praise the Lord. Won't he do it? But this is a right now. This is a real word.
Yes.
So we thank God for it. So when speaking of a passion for youth, loving children, you were about 12 years old.
I was.
When God dropped this gift on you.
He did.
Let's talk about that right fast.
So I guess I have to rewind a little bit. I grew up in church, in my grandma's church. And so I didn't really sing in choir. I really didn't. I wasn't part of music ministry, really. I did start playing the violin when I was in 3rd grade, and I was not very good at it when I first started. And God bless my mom for having patience while I struggled through and not sounded very good in the house. But so that was the only instrument I played, did not sing, and I was 12 at a new church, and the Lord sent a minister at the time. Am I allowed to say names? Okay. Minister by the name of
shout out.
Ronnie Cushenberry. Shout out to Ronnie Cushenberry. And actually Kyla Jade was with him. Some of y'all might know her at the time, but he did a youth workshop and decided to teach us some songs. And I didn't believe that I could sing at all. I didn't really know how to hold a tune. And he called me out in front of everybody and said, whatever she sings, I want you to sing because the Lord has a gift in you. And I was like, okay. I was terrified, but I was obedient. And I obeyed and sang what she sang, and it did not sound bad. And I was like, okay, that's all right. So, he prophesied that this very thing and season in my life that I'm in right now would happen at 12 years old. So that was kind of the beginning. My mom bought me a little keyboard not long after. I did take lessons for a little while from Danny Jackson. Started writing songs probably at about 12 at the same time. So, which was kind of my escape and getaway from everything else happening in life. So.
She did that. Y'all heard her say that. So now I got to ask her a question. Because now you want to know too, don't you? So everything else happening in life, you're 12?
12 years
old.
old.
What's going on at 12? Outside of your gift developing?
12 years old, was 6th grade. At that time, my little brother was born, which turned me into a parent at the time. So really a lot of mom not being around. My dad was a drug addict growing up all my life, so he wasn't really around, and here I am trying to parent this little baby. So I missed out on a lot of childhood, no school, extracurricular activities, trying to make food, bottles, change diapers, because my mom at the time was going through her own season, so she was present, but not necessarily always. Working a lot as well, so yeah, that was kind of the season at 12 years old that I was in, after having walked through other things at a young age. So just a season of trying to figure out who I am, kind of being alone. So God really showed up at the right time in my life. And I had gave my life to the Lord at that time as well. So worship was really what held me together and allowed me to make it through a lot of that.
Did you write about a lot of things like related to that at that time in your life?
Yes. A couple of the songs on the CD actually were written from like the age of 12 to like 14 or 15.
Listen, we on screen at 9. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so
okay, I like to pull out dynamics. So you did write about some. Give me one of those songs.
My Rock was written kind of in bits and pieces. There were some other songs that weren't on the CD, but that was probably one of the main ones. And then Available to You also was written in that season. Yeah, so.
Okay, so Available to You, My Rock. I'm just really full right now because I'm thinking about that time in our youth, how the enemy tries to just kill what he can see on you and on you early. So let's all reflect. You know, we can all have a story about how some people have really fantastic upbringings, etc. But there's always going to be that thing. So you made me think about, you know, my home life was, you know, also, you know, just very, very. And for your sake, you know, like domestic situations are real. They're real even if you are a believer. And it's sometimes difficult to navigate family. We talked about this with the last lady, but we'll go a little differently with this. But navigating family, because our parents are still also on the wheel. You said your mom was still going through her season. And so for us, you know, we have to realize that our parents are also on the wheel. And so we have to be, handle them with grace, knowing that even if their job was just to get you here, they fulfill a part of their calling, which I'm sure there's more purpose in them. But God can always make something out of that. And you guys' relationship today is restored.
Yes, so the Lord really did that. And my mom is #1 supporter. I am her princess all day long. She calls me every day, I need a CD. Somebody wants a CD. You need to pay me for this, because anyway, so yeah, we went through a season mostly of just, I think I had a lot of resentment built up, so a lot of forgiveness had to take place, and healing for her. So, and now she loves the Lord and is serving in her own right. So yeah, there's nothing that God can't do. I'll say that.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna try to make this in a time so you can do what you got to do. So just play this while you're washing your dishes or whatever.
Yes.
Okay, just play this. Listen, got to see us. Even though it'd be good for you to see us. Okay, but moms. So I went through a similar thing. We had this whole mom drama, which makes it interesting during critical seasons of development. So my mom, I might have her on here eventually. I had her on here before. But that time in development was difficult, and so you look for things to fill that space, that mom gap, where it's just like, man, you're gone, you're not present, you're doing you. And for me, worship was a thing. And I think until I was ready, until I was at a place where I could talk about it and could open that place for God to get in there, that was what kept me going. So did you have other go-to? Did God send people in your life to help with the healing process for you?
You know, it took me a long time to be able to talk about stuff. So worship definitely was my go-to, my hiding place, if you would. And me by myself, having a lot of time by myself outside of my little brother being around at the time. Yeah, it was me and the Lord and my little piano tinkling, crying and snotting. He did send people along the way, other women of God. I had a really good friend at the time who was a little bit older than me, who was a lifesaver at the time as well. So, but really not till I turned about 18, 17, 18, did I really have this nucleus of people that I could really lean on. So, yeah.
So you learned to lean on Christ because he saw you had. And then he sends other people. So that's good in order. We don't idolize them.
Yes.
They're vessels, right? But we do love you.
We do.
Okay?
We do. We're grateful.
Shout out to all of the mentors in our lives.
Ooh, yes.
Ooh, well, and you are mentors. So that is so full circle, which really qualifies you for where you're at now, because you can probably empathize with those that you are serving, right? You can probably see it all on them. Look at you looking like I was.
I don't want to overlook too, like, being saved and at a young age doesn't mean that things don't happen in between, because even though I had worship and I had God, I was also had a season of like rebelliousness and was just everywhere and doing things that I didn't have no business doing. So God really kind of brought that full circle too. So, yeah.
Okay,
that's a whole nother.
Listen, we're just going to tap into 2 seconds with this, because I feel it's a great segue to talk about sexual purity.
Yes.
And I know for me,
Yes, my God.
I'm just saying, I told you I made it to the altar by the skin of my teeth.
Didn't we all? Thank the Lord.
I was like, Lord, look at my white dress. It really is. Thank you. It is our benefit, everything. But, it is a thing for single young ladies. And in this culture that we're in, where it seems like, especially in the middle of COVID, look, no school, come over.
Come on. You got time? I literally have time.
I have time.
And so do you.
And so do you. And you can walk to me.
Yes.
How do we listen and say, so I understand being saved, and then my flesh is starting to get some kind of way. I'm getting developed. I'm liking him, and I did say him. Just and if you're struggling there, God has an avenue for that as well. We're going to talk about it all, because in the kingdom, this is where it should be talked about. Okay, so if you're struggling with perversion, homosexuality, fornication, listen, you have brothers and sisters who have been there, and we're here to not condemn you, but to help walk with you. Right? So somebody walked with us.
Yes, they did.
So, and now we're talking about available to you.
Available, yes.
So now another season of things that God has done for you. Listen, let me just say that, didn't you overcome like cancer or a thyroid thing? Or?
My thyroid, which was a surprise to me, but I had gotten into a car accident, found out that I had an enlarged thyroid, which is not what they were looking for, but the doctor just so happened to, he was urged to call me and let me know, because he noticed it on the next scan that they did.
Wow.
And he's like, you might want to get it checked out. I'm like, first of all, I don't even know what a thyroid is. I don't know what that does. Okay. Right. So after lots of tests, diet, which is not fun. So anyway, sitting in the doctor's office, and she was like, well, this is a model of a normal thyroid, and this is a model of what a thyroid that has thyroid cancer looks like, and you're kind of on this side. And I was like, okay. So she didn't want to officially say this is what you have. And so, I just, for me, I don't know, maybe it's just the way I am. I'm like, we're not going to stress about it. Here we are. It is what it is. So I never really accepted that. But come back, and even now today, getting blood work done, they're like, your levels are normal, everything's fine. And this is without, and I don't know if it was just me, Lord, I hope I wasn't being rebellious, but no medication, because I was like, I don't want to be stuck having to take a tiny little pill every day. Maybe it's my faith. I'm like, I just don't want to do it. And so, no medication, but I went through seasons of all these things. So please, side note, as women especially, because sometimes we go on having a thyroid issue and it really does a lot in your body as far as regulating it. So get your thyroid checked, because the Lord made doctors and we're here for a reason. So anyway, that's just a side note. But the Lord did. He took care of that, and
Wow.
here I am.
I needed that today.
Yeah.
I needed that today because I'm on a faith journey on this. And I was like, I am not going to just accept, well, I have to talk about this, you guys. Not going to accept this whole diabetes thing.
Yes.
I'm following instructions, but I believe that God's a healer. And I just heard from you that he can do that. Now, I'm just going to give you a backdrop. This woman is 33 years old. And she's been through it all. I mean, really, of a person, and we were talking earlier, of a person that was probably in their 50s, could say. She's been a widower. She is now remarried. She is married to Mr. Jackson. Come on, Jackson.
Yes.
Mr. How tall is that man?
He's 6'4". Yes.
Come on, 6'4". When God did it, he did it.
He will do it.
He
And he
did
will.
do that.
Even when you ain't looking for it. So
She wasn't looking. She stayed hidden.
Woo.
And he found all 6'4" her. Him found her. Okay. And all that has been survived from just childhood issues, walk through all kinds of things to get to this point where you are saying, available to you. Yes. Listen, you guys. You want this CD. You don't want this CD just because this is my girl. You want this because the Lord's hand is in it and it's on it. And I was just in my quiet time, I told her I would wake up. You get that first song in the morning, like, yes, God. This is what me and you need to do today. And it was one of your songs. And you could automatically feel the presence of the Lord. And thank God for all that you have endured in order for us to receive from him. You are a gift to us. And I personally love you today. To life.
Yes, to life.
And I appreciate everything that you've done for my husband and I. You've just been rocking with us for years.
Well, same.
Years rocking with us, and we are blessed. So I want you to be blessed, not just from what you're about to hear in just a second, but get this CD. You can find this.
iTunes, it's on Spotify, it's on YouTube. Now, we want you to pay for the CD, so you get it on iTunes. If you actually want a physical copy of the CD, you can email me at Ciarra Jackson Official @gmail.com, and I can get you a CD sent to you, and $10.
Come on, you do that at McDonald's. Okay, so, and this is well worth investing in your spiritual development and growth and time with God. And we will have that information in the description. So reach out to my sister and enjoy. What's the song we're going to hear?
I guess we're going to do everything.
Everything. And so enjoy the sounds of Miss Ciarra Jackson.
Thank you. Everything to me. you are. Oh, you are. Oh, where would I be without your grace, Lord? Oh, you're beautiful. You're a wonderful counselor. You're the King of all nations. You're matchless. Everything you are, oh God, my Lord, to me. King of kings, you are. My provider, you are. Everything you are, oh Lord, to me. Where would I be, Lord, without you? Lord, you are. Oh, Lord, you are. Hallelujah, the highest praise. Hallelujah, I'm gonna give you everything I have, God. Lord, I give you glory. You are, hallelujah. Oh, yeah. You are my joy, waymaker, my everything, strong tower I can lean on and depend on you. My everything, never let me down. You never let me go. Oh, you are. Lord, you are to me all that I've ever needed, Lord. You are. Yes, you are. Oh, you are everything you are. My provider, waymaker to me, never let me go. Oh, you are, yes, you are. Oh, you are, you are, you are enough for me. Oh, all of my life you've been faithful. All of my life you've been good, God. I'll forever give you glory. I'll forever give you praise, 'cause you are, you are. And we love you, Lord. We bless your name. We give you praise for your everything. Hallelujah.
Oh my goodness. That was beautiful. So, everything, you can catch it again in the description. Until next time, be blessed. And we love you, and we'll see you later.
God bless.